Okay guys, today we're filming a video and I'm not using my mic today because I hear you guys have had complaints about my audio. So we're gonna just try without a mic today. And as I'm doing my hair, I'm gonna talk to you guys about why successful people need coaches. You need a coach, okay? I'm a health coach. I coach my clients, and within the first two, like even the first session, within the first or second, third session, my clients are almost like different identities, different people. And during the sessions, I have my notes saved on my laptop and I'll look back. And sometimes like 6 sessions later, I'll look and I'll say like, wow, like what a difference from the first session. First session, you were feeling so this, and this, and now you're feeling so different. It's like a whole different vibe. So that's why coaching is so important, because first of all, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to support you. Let's say your main goal was to just like level up your physical health. You wanted to eat better, have a more physical lifestyle. And then by the third session, you're talking about your social health and your relationships with people and how you have to set some boundaries with the people in your life, or you want to level up your relationships. This is why health coaching is so important, because we're talking about everything and we go through the mindset, like the mindset that you need to succeed. I'm not good with multitasking. I'm supposed to be straightening my hair. But if you guys have read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, there's a part in that book that talks about your mental board of advisors and just kind of talking over your ideas with a group of people that you look up to in a way, their lifestyle or their habits, just like the success that they've brought into their lives. And this is the same idea with a coach. It's so different when you're watching a video and there's advice. You definitely need that advice. You're just not taking it because it's not directed straight at you. It's different when they're exactly looking at you and saying like, Melanie, this is the advice for you. This specific situation, this specific person, yes, this advice does apply to this situation. And then it's like directly at you, and you can't really run anywhere. You can't go anywhere. This is the exact advice you need to hear at this exact moment. It's so much different than reading a book or watching a video and it's not directly at you, right? You need to have that face-to-face, one-on-one contact with somebody. And you want to have every single session be individualized and customized to your specific situation currently. So if you do coaching, I offer 6-week packages, 12-week packages. Sometimes my clients will choose this 6-week package and then they're like, okay, what am I doing? Let me just do the 12-week, and then they'll get the 12-week right after. So I always suggest, honestly, if you really want change, to go in with this package. Like, don't do just one session. I have clients that only buy one session at a time, but those clients are not as consistent as the clients that are doing the 12-week program or the 6-week program. So you can do it every other week, you can do it every week, and you can even do it every 3 weeks. I would never recommend anything longer than that. It's better to do it every week or every other week, and then we're able to track your progress a lot better. Okay guys, so I'm gonna just actually straighten my hair because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. If you hear my hair kind of sizzling up a storm, number one, it's because that's just the straightener that I use. This is like, I don't know what this is called, but it's one of those ionic ones. I don't know. But when I've gone live on YouTube, I've had people ask me to do like skincare, makeup, and hair care, like tutorials and stuff. So I thought I would incorporate hair care, or how I do my hair. This is just me straightening my hair. It's not that in depth. And then with talking, because I can just multitask and show you guys that. One thing I do sometimes is a little bit of dry shampoo, and I use the natural one. The natural one is obviously not as effective, not as user-friendly. It's just cornstarch. It does have some good stuff in here, like it has like ginseng and B5. So that's good. I'm just gonna look in the actual mirror for this. As you can see with the dry shampoos that are not full of chemicals, they don't dry down as fast. Like they need a little bit more like massaging in. So I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna continue straightening my hair. So how I straighten my hair, work smart, not hard. Split it in 2, and then I just start straightening the parts. I don't do any like sectioning up here or anything. That's the only sectioning I do, is I split it in 2, and then I'll start from the back. And then I just grab a section that's like relatively large, and then I'll just straighten it. And if I'm really looking for like the sleekest straighten, then I'll get smaller sections. And then if I'm just like, okay, whatever, let's just straighten my hair, then I'm getting like a little bit bigger sections. That's kind of how I do it. Maybe I can do beauty content while talking, or let me know what you guys think, or I can just like talk about my more natural kind of hygiene or beauty routines, because I'm more of a natural person. So a lot of the products I use are less chemical filled, less harmful products and stuff. So we can talk about that stuff. Okay, and that's one side done and the other side not done. Just looks a lot more sleek and clean. And then I'm gonna do the same exact thing to this side. I recently made a video about success lies in relentless execution of the basics. And I first made the video and I was like, okay, let's talk about just putting your all into something, not half-assing effort when you're doing something, doing it completely. And then I was like, okay, well, there's actually so much more to this principle than I first put in this video. There's the part where you have to know the basic principles of just what you're doing. So let's say like you want to do music, okay? What are the basic principles? Like who are the actual like basic teachers in that? Like learn the basics. When you're first learning a subject in school, the first thing they're going to teach you is a little bit of a background, like what is this? Like usually the first day of biology is, what does biology mean? Ology is the study of, bio is life, so the study of life. So you have to kind of know the basics before you can move on to the higher levels, if that makes sense. So I immediately started thinking about people with all these new principles. There's so many new books, new ideas out there. There's like so many YouTube channels. There's so much information out there, and they're not emphasizing the basics as much as I think they should. Because someone can be more successful by just reading one book intensely about basic principles and mastering the basics, rather than having like hundreds of books on self-development, all the new things. And it's so important to stay up to date and like, know the relevant data, but it's also equally as important to understand and fully execute those basic principles properly. Kind of just want to finish doing my hair so I can talk, because I'm not really ideally perfect with the multitasking, but this is why I will reread old books. Effective Habits of Successful People, or whatever that book is called. That's another basic principle book. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Anything really Napoleon Hill is kind of like the basic principles. Dale Carnegie, like The Effective Habits of Public Speaking, or however that book goes. These are the books that are going to teach you the basic principles, and these are the books that other books learn their principles from. So if you're reading a book from now, the people that wrote those books most likely read those old books and then got their principles from those old books. So where do you think you should get your information from? Sometimes, yeah, it's more relevant to like look at and learn from the newer books because they have some updated information in there, maybe more relative to our today's society. But let me tell you, the gems that are in these old books are like priceless. Don't sleep on these old principles. Don't sleep on these old books. Don't sleep on people like just speakers that are like actual legends in these areas, especially if you are, you're going into soccer. You want to look at the old legends of this sport. How did they have success in that category? You want to go into fighting. How did the legends have success in those categories? People are always trying to reinvent, but sometimes the best thing is just the basics, the basic principles. But in this book is where the principle is at. Successful people have mentors. Successful people have coaches. Mental board of advisors. If you guys have read that book, you are obviously aware of that concept. It means put people on that mental board of advisors that you want to talk to. Let's say you don't have money for coaching and you're sitting at home and you're like, okay, well, who can I put on my mental board of advisors? This is a free thing to do. Obviously, it's a little bit more, it takes more effort than just getting into coaching and then you're talking to me, right? Do you want to take a power move towards your success? Then you want to hire a coach. People that don't hire a coach, you don't understand your potential. You don't understand what talking to somebody and having someone hold you accountable for things does for a person. My clients are actually progressing because they invested in themselves. Not only are they investing into coaching, those same people are investing into themselves. Doing coaching with me is an investment in yourself. It's an investment in yourself. The number one thing, Warren Buffett even talks about it, first number one thing you should always invest in is yourself. How do you invest in yourself? Well, get a coach, get a mentor. Your level up is priceless. The transformation of going from an old self to a dream self is priceless. These are the type of things in life that you can't really put a price on. You can't really put a number on. Your health, your lifestyle, your mindset change. The more you invest into something, the harder you're going to be working at it. I've talked about this before in other videos. If you put $100 into a book versus you get a book for free, which book are you going to take more serious? You're going to take the book that's $100 more serious because you put the money into it. So you're going to take my advice more seriously when you have it one-on-one directed to you rather than you're watching my videos or you're watching anyone else's videos. You want to talk to that person, right? When you're paying for that person, you're paying for all of their life experience, all of their educational experience, and all of their experience in all modalities of health and lifestyle. So you're paying for my experience in all areas of health, my university degree, my certification in health coaching. So that's the whole point of coaching. That's the whole point of doing anything. That's why you go to the doctor, is because you're paying for their information. You're paying for their insight, how much education they've had. You're paying for their experience. And you're also paying for your transformation. Like I said, it's priceless. Your transformation is priceless. If I was 10 years ago, still at the same position I was 10 years ago, like same mindset, it's the mindset shift that's absolutely priceless. It's so crazy how important these things are for your success in your business, for your relationships, for emotional health, for physical health, for even spiritual health. I love to talk about spiritual health because connecting to a higher purpose is more important than anything else. If you feel like a lack of motivation, you feel a lack of discipline, that could be because you have no connection to the spiritual, no divine connection, no higher purpose feeling. So that is where we can uncover that. Any type of issue you're going through, we're going to target, like, what are the lowest points of you, and let's go there. And let's talk about it, let's target it, and let's level that part up. No one else is going to do that for you but a coach, a mentor. If you want to bring yourself closer to your potential, if you want to level up, this is the step you need to take. And the reason I don't really advertise or do like kind of like cold DMs out to people and say like, do you want to do coaching? Do you want to do coaching? Is because I don't want to sell my coaching to you. I want you to want to change. I want you to come to me. I want you to be like, okay, I want this. I want this. Not me asking you, do you want this? Do you want this? No, I want you to want to change. Because the worst thing is if we get in that coaching and I'm saying, well, do you want to change? And you're like, well, I know I need to change, but I don't really feel that urge to change. So I want you to be hungry and want to change, want to level up. You want to know, like, what do I do here? What do I do here? You're eager to learn. You're eager to be coached. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. I didn't want to make it like a super long video because I'm going to film another video after this. But I wanted to make sure that I got the point across that coaching is for successful people. If you feel like you are struggling with anxiety and you just want to get out of anxiety, coaching is not for you. You need therapy. Coaching is for people that want to be successful and want to see their potential and want to level up. If you want guidance, if you want support, if you have anxiety, we can also talk about that, but it's not the focus of the coaching. Coaching is focused on all areas of health, leveling you all up. It's kind of like mindset coaching, so getting you through tough situations and getting you onto healthy habits, cultivating a healthy lifestyle. That is what my coaching entails. Also, let me know if you guys want to see more videos on more beauty videos, like hair, skincare, makeup videos. I can talk about like what natural products I use, how I take care of myself. If not, let me know what you don't want to see, what you do want to see, and I'll just kind of make videos based on your recommendations. Obviously, all my links are in the description. You guys can check out my website, and I do have some digital products as well. I have a full like planner package. You guys can get it in like white, which is obviously the easiest to print out, and then there's pink, and then there's like a sage green. So you can use it digitally, or you can just print it out if you prefer that physical copy. It's like yearly planner, weekly planner, daily planner. It's all good. It has even like a meal planner type of thing. You can plan kind of your meals for the week, and then there's a grocery list on there. There's a whole thing. There's goals. There's a bunch of stuff you can do there, and there's a reflection sheet as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.